Hey y'all, thanks for tuning in yet again to this series. Been having a lot of fun with it. Just wanted to come in here live real quick before I get the next episode going here to let you know this video is very different than anything else I've uploaded ever before. There's not very much editing in it, very little music. It's just a lot of kind of how me and my son spent our day together, but the idea was he had never fertilized the lawn before and we were using minimum viable equipment, and so I was able to walk him through putting down an application. So it's super beginner, super basic, but some of you will enjoy it because there is some humor here and there. There are even some kind of Tim the Toolman Taylor moments in there where things break down and don't work like they should, but all in good fun. And then some of you that are brand new, super beginners, I'm telling you what, this is as easy as it can get for you to get out and put down your first application of fertilizer. So with that, I hope you enjoy the next episode here from Northwest Indiana, over by the region, right outside of Chicago, Illinois, over by there. Bam! All right, so the first thing we're gonna do, some Milorganite. Milorganite's a fertilizer, it's an organic fertilizer, it's not gonna burn anything. It's kind of hard to find, but I did find this yesterday at the Home Depot over by there in Cherville, Indiana, over by there. And I actually tweeted about it, and the rest that was there sold out like a couple hours later, but we were able to get a bag. Now this is a 640 analysis. Let's talk about that just real quick, Nick, so you understand exactly what you're putting down and what to look for, okay? Yeah, have you ever noticed those numbers before, or have you cared about it?
Nope.
So here's the deal. What this stands for is the analysis. It's like taking a vitamin. This is nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. And what these are percentages. So this tells you that everything that's in this bag, 6% of it is nitrogen, 4% of it is phosphorus, and it has no potassium. Now the reason we care about those three elements is that those are called macronutrients, and they're what the plants need. They're really, the nitrogen is what makes this grass green, the phosphorus is what develops roots, and the potassium, which this doesn't have, is what helps it recover from summer stress. So that's what this is, and the 640 means that there's not really a ton of nutrient value in here. Sometimes this nitrogen here can be like a 24. Meaning 24% of what's in here is, this is only 6. And that's why it's important, because see the words here, non-burning. This is an organic, you can throw it down, you don't have to worry about anything, it's not gonna burn the grass, you're never gonna have an issue. It also smells like success. So this also, just for fun, just so you know, this is my friend Phil's house. Okay, so you know that what we have there has 6% nitrogen in it, and that's mainly what we care about. But the question you would have is, well, should I put that whole bag down here, or half the bag, right? You don't know yet. So yeah. The next thing you want to look for is how much it covers. So when you look at the bag, how much does it cover?
2,500 square feet.
Yes, 25, yeah. Exactly right. So now we know that this will cover this whole bag will cover 2,500 square feet. If you're in Florida, it covers 5,200, which means it's lighter. So this application, this is a 32-pound bag, and it covers 2,500 square feet. So the next thing we need to do then, Nick, is we need to understand, is this 2,500 square feet or not? Oh, you ready for some math?
Yeah.
You love math, don't you?
Sometimes.
Okay, we're gonna make it easy. The way that you get the area like that is you do length times width. So we're gonna measure it off. Now we're just gonna step it off. We're not gonna get a tape measure out or any of that. We're just looking for some down and dirty math. So we're gonna step off that way, and we're gonna step off that way, and we're gonna multiply the two, and we're gonna get the area. Make sense? Length times width, right? Or width times height, or you know, whatever. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but you understand how to get area, right?
Yes.
Okay, so go ahead, and I want you to go and walk that way and count how many steps you take. Every step we're gonna consider to be 3 feet. Every step you take, every move you make. Who is it?
Police.
The police. All right. How many steps?
35.
35. Okay. Now we got some issue here. We got a garage. We got a pool. We got a shed. We got all kinds of stuff. But just go ahead and walk the full length, and then you'll see we'll do some dirty math. All right. What'd you get?
25 or 26.
Call it 25 to make our math easy. And you had 36 going this way?
I had 35 this way, 25 this way.
So that makes our math easy. Okay. So here we go. You're gonna memorize some numbers. So 35 times 3 equals 105. Well, you can do that in your head, can't you? That's one thing I cannot do that he can. He can do math in his head. Very good. Okay, so remember that, 105. So it's 105 feet, basically. It's from there to there is 105 feet, and the other was 25 times 3, right? So 75.
Yeah.
So now we do 105, like length times width, times 75, and we know that our area is 7,825 square feet. Listen though, we got to do something here, because we have this garage here. It's not a perfect square, right, or rectangle. We got to take out for the garage. Also, we have a patio right here, you know, because the lawn kind of snakes back around there. You got to take out for the pool. So we really do need to take out for this garage. So the next thing we're going to do is measure the garage. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What's 25 times 25?
The answer is 625.
Okay, so we're gonna take out 625 square feet. So we were at 7,800, so we'll take out just 800 to make the math easy. So now we're at 7,000 square feet for this back here so far. Now we gotta take out for these here. I'm just gonna call these two together 500. So we're gonna say that you have 6,500 square feet back here.
Okay.
Sound good? That's down and dirty math. It's good enough for what we're doing because we're using a fudge factor product, right? It's not gonna hurt anything. And actually we don't even have enough. I should have got a couple bags, but I only got the one, but that's okay because we're still gonna demonstrate what the results can be. So I said we have 6,500 square feet, right? This only covers 2,500, so it's gonna be a real light application. The next thing we're gonna do then is we're gonna go ahead and throw some fert down. And this is gonna be great because the landlord had a spreader that we're gonna use. This is part of the fun here. And this is it. I would say that's about as bare bones as it gets for a spreader, wouldn't you? So that's gonna be fun though, because we could use this. We can make this work. And the reason why is because we have a product that does not require a lot of precision and we're well under on the rate. Like I said, you could put that whole bag down on 2,500 square feet. We have 6,500, so it's a light rate. We're not gonna hurt anything here anyway, but it's a good way to practice and learn. And that's what I want you to get out of this, is I want you to just learn how to put fertilizer down. And this is a perfect way to learn. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. See that? And you can see see the drop hole opening and closing inside of here?
Yeah.
Now normally there's a little thing here called an agitator, and it spins around, and what it does is it just sweeps the fertilizer in front of that hole so nothing gets clogged. But that agitator is not there. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and open it up a little more because I don't wanna clog this thing. We'll go right there.
And just shake it.
Yes, exactly right. It'll shake as you walk. Since neither one of us has ever fertilized this property, let's just look at it logically, right? Let's break it into sections that are manageable. So it makes sense that the back section is probably gonna be by itself.
Yeah.
And then we can do this section here secondarily, because you don't wanna have to try to go all over, you'll forget. Because the idea here is to get this evenly spread across the lawn. So as I'm doing this, I gotta watch how far my product is going out over here and how far it's going out over here. Make sense as I walk forward? And what I'm gonna do is, I don't know how far out it's gonna go, but I'm just gonna show you, do a dry run. I'm assuming that it's gonna hit the fence, which is what we want with this. And I'm gonna probably start about right here. I'm assuming it's gonna hit the fence there, and it's probably gonna go 3 or 4 feet over there. So my first pass will be right up the middle, like this, right? As I'm going, and I'm watching where it's going over here, and I make sure it's hitting the fence over there. Now my second pass, I'm gonna line up, and I'm gonna throw this, remember I looked how far it's going over, I'm gonna throw back to where my feet tracks are, to where my feet were. So bam, I'm going, throwing back to where my feet were there. That's called the overlap, all right? And that's why you have to be observant to understand. So then I'm gonna go here, and now I'm gonna watch where my feet tracks were there, and I can see them. You don't have to be perfect here, but I can see where my feet were. So the same thing, I'll walk, and I'll be throwing back to my feet marks there, and we just make it, you fill it in. That's how you do the overlap. You throw back to your foot tracks, or if you had a push spreader, you throw back to your wheel tracks, but it's the same thing. You're not gonna hurt anything, I just want you to do it. It's like putting you on a bicycle and just telling you to ride. The reason you don't want to fill on the lawn, this is my fault because I set you up here, but the reason you don't want to fill on the lawn is if you spill it, you get an over amount of fertilizer in that spot. Oh, by the way, smell it. Tell me what it smells like.
Interesting.
It smells interesting?
Yeah.
I think it smells like success. Now, as soon as you pull that, it's going to start dropping, so you want to get over where you're ready to go. There you go. How far is it going? Not very far at all. Crank. Keep cranking. Okay. We're just learning, so. Is it even throwing to the right? It's only throwing to the left. It was only throwing to the left. Did you see that?
Yeah.
What if it doesn't work at all? Then what do we do? Maybe it has to throw, let me see it. Maybe this is different. Here, hold that. Look at that, it only throws to the left. That's weird. All right, so I have no idea. It's only throwing out of this corner. That's what we do when we use other people's equipment. We have to just kind of live with it. Kind of have to go like that. I'll just spit it all over you. Hey, if you don't get a little bit on you, it's no fun, you know? Okay, so the way this is working and throwing, you kind of have to go down the way, you have to go down it like that.
Okay.
You know what I mean? To
Yeah.
get it to do it. So let's go fill back up and go. This is not turning out as smooth as I thought, but we're learning together, aren't we?
Yep.
All right, round 2. There you go. And just keep on going. Turn the corner and turn around. There you go. Now just go on back down the road. There you go. No sense in stopping. Oh, that's coming out good, man. So basically what we did is we went north and south for a pass, then we refilled, and then we went east and west for a pass, and that put out about half the bag on that back half back there. Throw her down! Okay, so you did that section back there, so I'll do this section right here. Now we have 2 logical sections. And look, you got half the bag left, so that worked out. And then we came back to the other section here and did the same thing back and forth, but I didn't really like the way the spreader was working and it was hurting my wrist, so I just kind of spread it all everywhere and got a little carried away. This is the improper way to do it, but it's fun. It's like burning up my wrist. Yeah. Man. There's like no other way to run this thing either. It's like one way or the highway. Like you can't. Oh, this. Oh yeah, you don't want to do that. I got biosolids all over Jeremy's of the greener lawn shirt. Nothing like little dead dry poop on your arm in the afternoon. Make you feel good. Oh, did I tell you where this came from? You don't laugh at my jokes, dude. The long and the short of it was Nick got to get out there and get some experience walking the land, and even though this was the cheapest option spreader and not something that's really even barely viable, we were able to get the application down and he gained experience, and that's what I wanted from this entire thing. So there you go, guys. I hope this video has been helpful to you. I've got one more coming where I'm going to take a tour of the local Home Depot provider and show you some of the things that are on the shelf. That's called the circle dance. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, and I'll leave a link here for the beginning video in this series. With that, I'm Alan Hain, the Lawn Care Nut. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the lawn.